Today we're going to talk about global warming. Global warming is the name used to describe a slow increase in the average temperature of the Earth. This rise in temperature is seen in the Earth's atmosphere and in its oceans. This can also be called climate change. The difference between weather and climate is that weather is short-term and local, in one place. If it's sunny or raining where you live today, that's the weather. The climate is the average weather over a long time, over large areas, even over the whole world. Scientists have studied the climate of the Earth for many years. They've looked at various things, such as temperature, rainfall, storms, the atmosphere, and ocean currents and levels of ice. From studying all these things, they have discovered that the Earth is slowly warming up, and this is called global warming. What causes global warming is the greenhouse effect. This means that the atmosphere of the Earth acts like a greenhouse and keeps the Earth warm. When energy from the sun reaches the Earth, 30% is reflected back into space by clouds, snow, and ice. 70%, however, is absorbed by the Earth. The heat is absorbed by the land and the oceans. The Earth then releases this heat back out. It radiates it back out into space. Some of this heat, however, is absorbed by the atmosphere. The things in the atmosphere that absorb the heat are called greenhouse gases, and they include things like CO2 and methane. The more CO2 and other greenhouse gases there are in the atmosphere, the more heat will be absorbed. When we burn fuel, such as oil or coal, we release CO2 into the atmosphere. These fuels that release CO2 are called fossil fuels. We also increase the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by other means, not just by burning fossil fuels. When we cut down trees and increase agriculture, this also increases the amount of CO2. Scientists think that the main reason for global warming and the rise of CO2 in the atmosphere in recent years has been activity by humans. They have predicted that average global temperatures could increase from between 1.5 to 6 degrees C by the year 2100. This may not sound like a large number, but even small changes in global temperature can have a large impact. For example, let's look at the last ice age. An ice age is when a large part of the world is covered with snow and ice. During the last ice age, the Earth's average temperature was only 5 degrees C colder than today. If 5 degrees C colder can cause the world to go into an ice age, maybe 5 degrees C warmer will also cause some serious problems. Scientists have predicted what some of these problems might be. If global warming continues, sea levels will continue to rise, mainly caused by the melting of ice. Also, when water heats up, it expands, so as sea temperatures rise, this will cause sea levels to rise too. This rise in sea levels could cause flooding in areas near the coast. As ice and snow melts, this will also increase the speed of global warming. Because snow and ice are white, they reflect a lot of the sun's energy back into space. But if the snow and ice melts, there will be more land and sea which aren't white, so more heat will be absorbed, not reflected back. Other problems include more extreme weather. Droughts are becoming more intense, lasting longer and covering larger areas. Hot days and heat waves are becoming more frequent. The intensity of storms is also increasing. But because the Earth's climate is so complex, no one is really sure how much a change in the climate will affect certain areas. The worst effects, and also the hardest to predict, are the effects on the world's animals and plants, the world's ecosystems. Many ecosystems are very delicate, and even the smallest change can have a large impact. Animals and plants are all connected, so if one is affected, this will have an impact on many others. Some species of plants and animals will adapt to the changing climate, but many others might become extinct. So that's global warming. What it is, what causes it, and what some of the problems might be in the future.